Hello everyone, KV here, and welcome back to the Year in Review. I have once again my good friend PowerMad with me,
Hello, everyone.
and today we're going to be discussing Yoshi's Woolly World.
I've got both my little woolly amiibos with me here.
So, PowerMad, since you technically own this game, why don't you start off discussing what Woolly World is?
Woolly World is probably the best follow-up we've had to Yoshi's Island since the original. It is a platformer, can be played 2 players. Let's see, I think you can understand the rest of that there.
Mm-hmm.
And everything is made of wool. It is absolutely adorable.
It's very adorable looking. It's done by the same people who made Kirby's Epic Yarn. I believe Good Feel is, Good Feel, I think. Good Feel or Feel Good, one of the two. Same people. Yep.
Criminally underrated game, if I'd say so.
Epic Yarn?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yes, that definitely.
And this follows in that same vein of, it's getting some flack, but is great.
And this game, I know we discussed Amiibo Festival previously, but this game, I don't understand any of the flack it could be getting. This game looks fantastic, it plays fantastic, and it's just a fun time.
Yeah, it definitely has really good level design, which is what a lot of the Yoshi's Island DS and such flopped in.
Mm-hmm.
It's great mechanically. It's just a fun game.
Yeah. I guess if I only had one issue to pick with it is that compared to the previous, prequel game to it, which would have been Epic Yarn played more like an original title with a skin of a Kirby game. This plays like Yoshi's Island with a skin of the Yarn thing, so Epic Yarn definitely had much more kind of whimsy to it at some regards. Yoshi's Woolly World feels much more like they just try to make Yoshi's Island 2 and just put wool over everything.
To be fair, a lot of people have been asking for Yoshi's Island 2 since
and that
the
is
other
fair.
2
Yep.
flopped.
Yep, so that's just my little gripe with it. Otherwise, I don't care. It's a fun game to play through. All of the stages have been really fun. I've been liking the badge system that you get.
Oh yeah, you get to buy a little badge before every level if you want, and it lets you do stuff like bring Poochie into highly inappropriate situations, have infinite watermelons.
Poochie goes to every stage. He's the cheapest badge, and why wouldn't you bring Poochie with?
Yeah, say that on the pyramid level where he kept knocking us off the platforms.
Or that one sky level that was like, yeah, Poochie! And it was like, oh, bottomless pits everywhere. Bye, Poochie!
Oh wait, there is another flaw to this. Compared to Kirby Epic Yarn, this did not have nearly as great of a snow level.
That's true. That is true. But, I mean, I think more in regards that it's kind of because it is trying to follow Yoshi's Island much more closely, and Yoshi's Island had a snow world, and it kind of went, not the Sky World. I remember that from Yoshi's Island, the first one. But in regards to that, it's still fun. The music is fantastic. Every track has been really good and really fun.
I listened to the opening menu music and I said, I have to buy this.
This game also has some pretty good amiibo support as well. Not super in-depth, but pretty decent because it uses almost every amiibo available currently.
It's how I wish more games would use amiibos. It's just, you tap them and you get a little skin for your Yoshi. And pretty much everything works except for, the really obscure ones like Animal Crossing right now.
Animal Crossing, Pokemon, and Chibi Robo.
Yep. Now, Pokemon amiibos don't work for another reason, but we'll get into that another day.
Well, try to think. Yoshi's Woolly World, it's pretty basic because it is just a platformer, but, graphically, I love how they do a lot of the style of some of the areas. The Yoshis always look freaking adorable. And I also like that the game does put a pretty decent challenge on you, actually. It does really try to be much more of a hard game compared to Epic Yarn, so I'm sure people who played Epic Yarn were looking for more of a challenge will like this game. But also just kind of with the badge system and then having to get all the collectibles and all that stuff, there's a lot of going back to play older stages just to get what you're looking for. Because now we have troubles where's that last flower, or where's that other yarn ball, or all that other stuff.
Yeah, like Tropical Freeze, you're going to be doing the post game is going to be a treasure hunt, and they hide them in fun ways that, yeah, I'm looking forward to going back and playing.
Mm-hmm. And I also just like how they use some of the assets, like, since you basically got rid of Baby Mario, you don't have to worry about that timer or him crying, so you have a heart system. That's pretty neat. But you also, because of how your eggs are now the yarn balls, those can be used in different ways, like making platforms. And what's really fun about that is that the color of the yarn ball will actually be the color of the platform you make, or the color of the pipe, or in some cases the color of the chain chomp, because you can throw yarn at chain chomps and make them chain chomp rocks.
Yeah, all the work they put into the characters was great. Chain chomps, like, you use your ton on them, and then they just become a wire ball, and then you throw a yarn ball at them, and they come to life as a chain chomp.
Mm-hmm.
Poochie's just adorable. I wish I had an amiibo of him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And yeah.
I know one thing we haven't done, because we've been playing it together, is we haven't really tested out how the dual Yoshi works, but I'm not sure if that's going to be anything super amazing or if it's just two Yoshis.
Yeah. So far, every treasure I've seen a single player way of getting it, but there are a lot of cheaty face ways you can get them if you play multiplayer, because you can eat your friend and then make him an egg and chuck him up to where you need to get to.
Mm-hmm. Or you can have like one of the or you can just be, I'm going to have the badge that has big yarn balls, and just throw a big yarn ball and knock him off the stage.
There's a little bit of a Mario-style trolling in this, where you can collide with other people. Me and Nate have chucked more than our share of yarn balls at each other.
Mostly by accidents.
Yeah. Right, accident.
I think the only thing I can think of so far that, like, the two gripes I have that besides the minor one, one's another minor one, and that's just the other Yoshis you collect. They're weird.
I feel like the only one that really applies to is the Snow World, because it's like, oh look, another light blue and white Yoshi to go with my collection of light blue and white Yoshis you're giving me.
Well, it's like, okay, I got a bunch of brown Yoshis in this cave stage. I wonder what's gonna be. Hot cocoa Yoshi. Oh, yeah, totally.
That's our own stupid gripe. When we were playing this game, we started predicting what their names would be, and like we got them in the first level, and then they just started getting weird.
Big Top Yoshi, but we weren't at a circus. Yeah, it's a minor gripe, but it's just kind of silly. Just like, what are you doing here? The other gripe I can think of is that the game, at least from what I remember, has been reusing some bosses. It kind of recycles some of them, as opposed to having all new ones. Because I know the original Yoshi's Island had like pretty much different bosses in every single area.
I think that mainly goes for the mid-castles.
Okay.
Like, the mid-castles repeat bosses, but the last castle will always have a unique one.
Mm-hmm. And that's just a minor thing. It's not super huge. They find out different ways to kind of mix it up a little bit, but it's kind of just like, didn't we already fight this thing?
It goes along the same thing as, like, the Koopa lanes do. Like, they'll change slightly, but they're pretty much the same boss.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think. Anything else to discuss about this game? Oh, it has Miiverse stuff in it. That's something we haven't brought up a lot, but it has Miiverse stuff in it. People post and just stamps.
The exact same kind of Miiverse Mario 3D World, if you're familiar with that. Like, you'll see posts about each level and scattered around.
Or you'll have, like, great posts of absolutely nothing.
Yeah. It's not the Splatoon Miiverse community. No one's making effort into drawing good stuff.
They're just stamps. That's it. But
where's the last coin? Where's the last coin, guys?
And other than that, I don't think there's much else to discuss about it. It's a very adorable game. It's a good platformer, and it's definitely a very fantastic game on the Wii U. Definitely uses the visuals very well, and it's just a really well-designed and well-developed game.
Yeah, single player or multiplayer, you'll probably have fun with it.
Mm-hmm. If you have any like in Yoshi, or if you just like the Mario series, or platformers in general, you'll probably like this game, so give it a pick up if you can. There's also some adorable Yarn Yoshi amiibo that's out there. There's 3 different colors, and if you get lucky in finding a Mega Yarn Yoshi, tell us where you found it, because we want one.
They're so adorable.
And other than that, I will see you on the next one. Thank you again, Power Mad, for joining me to discuss this great game.
So adorable.
Very adorable. And we'll see you on the next one. Until then, ciao.
See ya.